From KJZZ,
This is the News Street Journal
Week in Review.
I'm Cathy Fisher.
And I'm Zach Beauvais. And here are this week's top stories. New details emerge in the search for John Paul II's blood. Earlier this week, a case allegedly containing the blood of Pope John Paul II was reported stolen from the collection of a small church outside of Rome. It turned out to be a big misunderstanding when Catholic scholars informed Italian police, or polizia, that Pope's blood cannot be the product of transubstantiation. Once this revelation circulated on social media, the stolen bottle of Chianti was anonymously returned to the church.
Peace talks in Geneva between the Syrian government and rebel forces stalled this week as the two sides announced they, quote, disagreed over goals. Traditional conflict resolution techniques, such as writing down 3 positive things about their opponents on a piece of paper, have so far proved ineffective. Rebel representatives also alleged that Syrian government officials have repeatedly spoken while not in possession of the talking stick. Syrian officials deny this claim.
In economic news, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani attended the Davos World Economic Forum and boldly announced that Iran is open for business. To attract investors and young entrepreneurs to his country, President Rouhani announced his Cool Cities campaign. Modeled off the short-lived effort implemented in Michigan in the mid-2000s, Iran's Cool Cities campaign plans to show off the fun side of its cities and towns, from the hip music scene in Karamabad to the bustling college campus in Khomeini Shar. Hassan Rouhani asks you to bring your investment reals to his cool cities.
A Portland woman who recently gave birth to a healthy infant in her driveway insists it was extremely meaningful and the best choice she ever made. Driveway, sidewalk, and parking lot births have been growing in popularity over the past few years as more and more parents embrace the fundamental role pavement plays in early childhood development. And this trend is far from over. Nancy Walton of Cincinnati, Ohio, has recently received attention for her blog, chronicling her preparations to be the first woman to undergo childbirth in the center lane of an interstate expressway.
The town of Everett, Washington, is in a tizzy over the latest trend in coffee, bikini baristas. The first and most popular of these establishments is Java Jugs, now with 5 locations. In related news, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration announced this week that Everett, Washington now leads the nation in number of workplace pubic scaldings.
And now, in sports, is this the worst NBA draft pick ever? In an unprecedented move, the Houston Rockets have announced their first-round draft pick will be Jeff Krakowski, a 52-year-old account executive from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We think that Jeff is going to be an amazing addition to the team, the Rockets general manager announced Wednesday, pointing out that Krakowski was voted MVP of his company's intramural basketball team last year. He was also awarded the Mr. Monday Morning Trophy for his record of punctuality.
This installment of News Street Journal, Week in Review, is brought to you by Protozoa Pictures, presenting Darren Aronofsky's Uncle Buck 2. The long-awaited sequel to the John Candy classic follows Buck Russell on his twisting, torturous journey deeper into an underground world of horse fixers, booze, and pills, all while his brother's kids stay with him for a weekend in the city. Uncle Buck 2, in theaters this Friday.
This has been the News Street Journal Week in Review. Join us next week for more of the information